Man, all right. This is about to be a doozy. Okay, I know a lot of you guys saw the title of this video and was like, "Oh snap!" Like, like we really about to go in the tea. And the drama here is actually probably like peak drama. This is like peak tea, and a lot of you who click this video, there's three kinds of people who click this video. Okay, number one, there's the heathens out there that keep coming to my channel to come keep watching the drama. You know, you've been with me for years. Okay, you know what's coming up. You know, you just here, you're sipping, you're ready to listen and hear some of this drama. And just you don't know what's going on. You do know what's going on, but you just want to hear from me. Then you got you got your Shane stands who are basically like trying to protect Shane, keep him off the internet, believe he's being cancel cultured, and they will take a bullet for this man. And then finally you have your anti Shane stands. I don't know what the opposite of a stan is. Like I guess it's a hater, but I don't feel like hater is quite like the best word. But you got your Shane anti stands who are just trying to remove this guy from the platform, who hates his guts, pitchforks, they want him gone. And so if you're any of the last two people I mentioned, I just want to say just straight off the back, I just want to preface this video with this, okay? Before y'all dislike the video, or before y'all go in the comments section and start blowing me up, okay? I already know, okay? I know you got your gun. You got it pointed at the monitor right now. You got it pointed at my face, just waiting for me to say something that that I don't agree with you guys on. All I want to say is parlay, okay? Parlay means I don't want no war. I don't want no fight. If there are enemies of both nations here, I'm not here to instigate. Okay, I'm not here to fight or tell someone that they're like completely stupid. And that's not me. That's not about. I'm just trying to vibe for real. Just trying to have a discussion. I'm just trying to chat. So I'm just asking that you guys, if you're in this video and you guys are feeling some kind of way, just put your guns down. All right, let's just chill. Let's talk. Let's talk about Shane Dawson, man. Is he officially canceled at this point? Because a lot of crazy things has happened, and it looks really bad for your boy. For those of you guys who don't know who Shane Dawson is, it's I realized in a couple of my last videos, I say like if you don't know who such person is, but I've come to realize like no, not everyone knows who everyone is, even if they're pretty popular. So I'll explain it, every single time if the name pops up. Shane Dawson is like one of the OG YouTubers. He's got like 20 million plus subscribers. He's been doing YouTube videos for years now, like over a decade. Videos that include skits, vlogs, comedy, you name it. If there's a type of video out there, he has done it. He's most notably known recently for his docu-series where he goes into like the past of like certain problematic YouTubers, like specifically Jeffree Stars, who's this huge beauty YouTuber. You probably know who he is, but he's huge. And other people like Jake Paul. That series kind of just jump started his channel in a way, and then from there he's been doing other types of videos like these conspiracy type theories videos. But yeah, that's Shane Dawson in a nutshell. He's one of the top YouTubers on the platform. Now, to summarize in TLDR, too long didn't read the events of Shane Dawson and why he's currently being canceled would be it'd be kind of reckless. Okay, this is it would be a 3 hour docu-series, a 3 hour movie. I could talk for that long based on how many things, how many receipts, what has led to this being here at this point in time. But I won't. Because I ain't talking for 3 hours. I don't think you guys want to sit here and listen to me like ramble for like 3 hours about the subject. Uh, Neither of us want that. So I'm going to summarize it regardless. I might leave out a few things. It won't be such a big deal. I'll hit like some of the main topics. Feel free to like fill in the gaps with anything that I missed that was crucial in the comments below. That's totally fine. But I'm gonna wrap it up. For those of you who are kind of in the know, just kind of want to know and get that C minus on that paper. Like you want that C minus, you want to pass, and you want to be able to talk to people about this at a basic level, your past level, then I'll just hit you with that, okay? All right. So what had happened was, I'll start with the catalyst, okay? I'll start with what started this new wave of crazy cancellation towards Shane. He's been wrapped up in this drama in the beauty community when it comes to top YouTubers like Tati, James Charles, and Jeffrey. He's kind of been in that circle, and he's kind of been hinting that he knows a lot about the drama, he knows a lot about the tea, and he's been kind of spilling with his audience. His audience has been asking him about the subject, about his opinion. He kind of has been dodging it, but eventually he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm a hint. I'm a spoiler for you guys in my next video." In that video, he didn't say anything. So people were kind of like, "Hey, bro, what's up, man? Like, your blue balls us. How do you feel about this whole drama?" And he eventually finally came out with his explanation and how he feels on it. And that it was a tweet. And inside of that tweet, there were it was an essay. It was literally an essay of how he felt about it, and what he said in there basically sparked this entire new cancel movement from him. I'll drop a link in the description below about specifically, if you guys want to read into it more. But what he said basically created the ultimate catalyst and backfire, because it was so poorly written that he attacked the entire beauty community, not just top beauty community YouTubers. He attacked the audience, you guys, all of us. He attacked everyone and was just like, everyone is garbage. Everyone's eating this stuff up, basically. And no one's taking accountability. And it's going to keep happening because people are going to keep eating it and fueling it. And the beauty community is toxic and filled with spiteful people. And he popped off. I don't think anybody expected him to pop off like that. He could have just been like, yeah, it's crazy, man, but it is what it is. It be like that sometimes. But no, he popped off. He later deleted that specific tweet, and then he tweeted later, "I deleted everything. I'm done. For those who want me to address it, I did. I'm sure you can find it reposted somewhere, but I don't want this energy in my life or my timeline. I'm too sensitive for this shit, and I'm done." Mind you, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read a script, okay? Let me read a portion of it, okay? He prefaced his essay with, "The beauty gurus who are always involved in scandals are all the same. They are all attention-seeking, game-playing, egocentric, narcissistic, vengeful, toe-faced, ticking time bombs ready to explode, and I am over it." With that statement, you can kind of guess how the rest of the story went. And as you could imagine, nobody liked that. I think mostly people just had a problem with his tone and the harshness. Like he was kind of popping off, but also I think a lot of people had an issue with the fact that they were he was separating himself from the situation. It seems like he wasn't taking accountability for his impact in a lot of the drama that happened. And that was enough to kind of create a divide. That was enough where Shane already had like this group of people who've been trying to cancel him for like literally the majority of his time on this platform. And then he just pissed off another group of people. And then, those people were like, "Oh snap, they're pissed off. Let's remind him of what he's been doing." And then that's kind of how things started snowballing. So fast forward a little bit. Shane's last video, he makes a apology. I think the name of the video was taking responsibility or accountability, taking accountability or something. It's the classic YouTuber apology where sits in front of the camera like this and just talks for a little bit, and they say that they're sorry. And in this one though, he doesn't cry. I was looking for the tears. I was waiting for the tears. There's always like the face that they make where they like, you go in the mirror and you practice your I'm really sad face kind of thing. I didn't really sense that from Shane. Actually, it was a pretty good apology if I had to rate it. Like he was basically like, yeah, I screwed up kind of thing. And trying to take accountability for what he had said in his message, and then what people were attacking him for now, which is, again, a lot of the problematic things he's done in the past. I'll go into that shortly, but he has done a lot of crazy stuff in the past on the YouTube, on the platform. So he goes through that entire video, and then that happens, okay? But then what follows next is probably like, oh man. Before I go into that, okay? Before I go into like what was like really, really crazy just recently, for those of you who don't know about Shane's problematic past, like this guy has made some content that was really messed up, and not even just content in terms of like YouTube videos, like Instagram posts, pictures, jokes. He used to be, edgy is not even the word for it. He made really, really, really terrible, inappropriate jokes when it came to like black people, when it came to other kind of race, when it comes to kids. He's infamous for kind of making like poking jabs at sexuality and kids. There's literally threads of comments and videos where he's talking about a kid or talking directly to an underage kid, like, and sexualizing the situation, and it's really uncomfortable. Like, it's wild. I'm not going to go into detail about all the stuff that he did, but like, you can, I'll leave something in a description below if you guys want to kind of peep it. Trigger warnings for some of you guys who are not into that stuff, but it's nasty, man. He was a nasty dude, and he's been doing that kind of humor, for years off and on. He's not been doing it so much recently. The last thing I remember resurfacing was something about him, like literally joking about nutting on his cat, which again happened in the past. But like, that's just a taste and a preview of kind of like what he was and what he's about and why people have been trying to cancel him for so long. So this new wave of like trying to cancel Shane is not new. It's him making this video, then doing damage control. But this time it's pretty big because no one expected this, but Jaden Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, the son and wife of Will Smith, the actor, made tweets basically saying to get this man off YouTube. This man needs to be canceled. They were outraged. What had happened was there was a video that resurfaced, and I'm guessing they just now found out about it because it's old as heck. But it's a video that resurfaced where he is basically sexualizing Willow Smith. That's the 11-year-old, 10-year-old girl, the daughter of the family, and he's look, it's weird. It's nasty. But he's basically sexualizing her, talking about the whole whip your hair back and forth, and I think he's pretending to nut to her or something. But like, she's a child, and he's like being really like, I don't even know why he was doing it in the first place. But it was enough for those guys to talk about it and say, yo, I'm completely outraged. And their tweets got like 250,000 likes, and it was enough to bring what was already something that was bad to straight up worse, from already kind of getting to that point where like, yo, but he can handle it with some damage control, to bow, like the Will Smith family comes in and just bam, like hits him over the head. So that's what happened. And to wrap things up, finally, as of yesterday, where I'm making this video, Tati, the other beauty YouTuber who was in a lot of the drama with James Charles last year, she made another video talking about Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star's. I forget what it's called, but I tried to watch it, and like literally, people are going to have different feelings about Tati, but just to give you kind of like a picture, within like the first 30 seconds of the video, I think, or maybe a minute, I don't even think we made it to a minute, she started to cry. And I'm like, I can't stand videos like that. I can't stand apology videos or videos where they're confessing and they just start crying within the first 30 seconds to it. Because what you crying for, dog? Like, what? It feels like emotional manipulation. It feels like they're trying to control and sway the audience from the get-go by gaining sympathy, by straight up crying, right? It didn't feel authentic, and I'm not going to say her tears aren't real. I'm not going to go that far, but I have seen that kind of thing before. I'm not naive, so I for the benefit of the doubt, I was just like, this is not authentic. It's not real. I didn't watch it, but I got the summary of it, and the summary is that she's going after Jeffree, and she's going after Shane while he's at his weakest. Anyway, Shane, who still hasn't really addressed Jaden Smith or Jada Pinkett Smith, still hasn't addressed that. Like, that whole thing has been unaddressed, and he hasn't had time, where he just has been scared, been backed into a corner by the Will Smith family. Hasn't said anything about that. But when Tati made that video, he made an Instagram response video where he just had the camera on his face and he was listening to what she had to say, and he was just popping off. He was just like, this is garbage. She's lying. She's lying. She's faking it. Like, he's just he's flipping out. And I'm like, all right, that's a thing. And then as of yesterday as well, it gets announced, and this one is absolutely huge. YouTube completely demonetized all 3 of his channels. So, and retrospectively, so all of his videos are no longer generating revenue. And I believe what the statement was is that it's indefinitely, but not permanently. So I don't know if they're just they're trying to, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of that, but it sounds like right now he is no longer collecting a check from the views that he's getting from his channel. And that's it. That's my summary. That's basically all you need to know to pass a class with a C minus. Okay, that in terms if you just want to kind of know what's in the know, like kind of know what you're talking about, it's enough to kind of further go on with the discussion. And that's kind of where we are today. Now my thoughts. Now. This situation, I was kind of worried about touching in on the situation because it's so huge and there's so many people who are feeling so many things about it. Like, I feel like a lot of this could have just been avoided, specifically when it comes to all these big YouTubers, if they kind of just like were a little bit more mature and kind of like talk things out in private. But like, hey, dog, I kind of got a problem with something that you said. Can we talk about it in private? And but instead, they're like the ones that. It feels like a lot of it could have just been avoided if they kind of just talked about it and were a little bit more mature. At the same time, I do know, like, when it comes to being a YouTuber in the beauty community, putting your stuff out there in public so that people know about your drama and your noise creates content. So they probably know that as well, and they're probably, working the system where they fish out and put a lot of little drama out there so people they can stay relevant and people can keep talking about them. I don't imagine that it was supposed to blow up this big, but like I feel this how I feel about it is the more I listen to him, like this is it's so garbage. It's so stupid. It's I can't believe these people are doing the things that they're doing. Like they're really old. They're like 30 plus and they're it's wild. But like I'm here and I got my coffee and I'm sipping. Like I am a drama heathen, okay? I am. Okay, I admit it. I admit that I like drama. I'd be the one person that used to say like, "Yo, drama's so bad. Everyone, you guys should just be mature." But then when the drama happens, I'll be like, "Yo," I'll be like, "Yo, did you hear about the?" So I can't. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm kind of. That's me. So, but how I feel about this specific situation is, I feel like it's not black or white. Okay, it's there's a lot of gray and there's two or three really strong stances at play that I think are very that are valid. I think everyone who's kind of issuing how they feel about the situation has validity in a lot of their stances. And let me explain. Let me break it down for you. If we look at the facts, okay, if we just look at the straight facts, it's very true that the things that Shane did in the past was garbage and messed up. I don't think anyone's going to disagree that this man overstepped boundaries way past his limit when he was making those YouTube videos and he was making those comments. And when he was doing those things, I don't think anyone's going to be like, "Hey, nah, dog, that's fine." Like, I think everyone is kind of in agreement with that, and that's like the facts. The part that's kind of wild to me is like I don't even know how this man like made it this far with some of the things that he did. Like, I don't get it actually. It's like if he had did any one of those things now, and he'd be canceled. But it was like it wasn't just one thing. It was a multitude. It was like boom, 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 boom. And he was fine. I don't know how he managed to survive that long. Like I don't understand it. I felt like if it was me, I'd be done after the first, child joke. I'd be gone. I'd be erased. So I don't even know how he made it this far. Now he's apologized. I think he's probably made several apology videos about what his problematic past, things that he's done and stuff like that, which is obviously good for you to be like, "Hey, yeah, that was crappy, my bad." But I think what doesn't sit well with a lot of people is kind of like the gravity of the mistakes that he made, I would say the quantity, the number of times that it happened, the fact that he kind of profited from it, like his fame and his what he has now, how he grew, profited from a lot of those problematic events. And if somebody profits off like racism or making kid jokes, if that's combined within his content somewhere and people support that, then the people might have an issue with who he is now because he kind of came from that. Like in terms of like the racist ones, I didn't really mention this, but I saw one video. I was just like, wow, like, y'all, it was a skit or something where he literally was like talking to like a black woman who looked like she was in a servant outfit, and he called her, I can't say it because this entire video gets demonetized, but it includes the N-word. And it wasn't even like off the cusp, like, someone making a video or someone on the phone call and it they overhear it or something and they accidentally say it. Like, my man's did this in a recorded video and then published it, and it's like, yeah. So there's that. So there's a lot of people who are angry about that, and I think their anger is valid. It's substantiated. There's also the concept of is Shane problematic now, like in the present, like is current Shane somebody that we need to be getting rid of? And I think for the most part, and I could be wrong, someone can correct me on this. I don't think he has been doing anything like he used to be doing. I think for the most part, he's been staying under the radar in terms of like actually, races and all those kind of jokes and stuff. However, I know a lot of people have him or blasting him because of his association with Jeffree Stars, who, again, a lot of people feel like Jeffree Stars is problematic and has had a very, very problematic past, maybe even recently as well when it comes to race and a lot of things. So by association, being close to someone who is problematic is now creating him to be almost problematic, which I can kind of understand. Like if I support and I'm really close friends with somebody who is generally seen as someone who has done bad things, like I can understand the association thing, and I get that. I don't think necessarily like being friends with someone who's bad makes you bad, but they're very close. They're not just friends, and they support each other very strongly. So he's in his circle, so they kind of share images. It's one of those things where they're so tight knit that that they kind of blend in. So I think that's a large issue that's happening right now. In my opinion, I don't think like apologizing for his past is enough. And this is how I see it, okay? Because the question is now is do we cancel him? I don't have the power to, but people are like, do we need to cancel him? Is he that problematic and he doesn't need to be gone? And I can see the argument where people are like, yeah, get him off the platform and put people in the spotlight who are similar to him, except for have not made racist comments or have not joked about pedophilia. Let's put them on the platform, and I get that concept. I guess the question is do we cancel them for things that happened in the past, and is his present problematic? And in my opinion, the way that I see it is that if you want to rehabilitate or change or adjust, I don't think you can just go from straight up like doing these things to just stopping. I don't think that's the change. I think it's good that you've stopped being problematic. But I think in order to kind of atone, I would say, for some of the terrible things you have done going forward, you have to be an activist. You have to be like proactively engaging in activities and groups where you are strongly, like literally on the forefront of helping these people. Like for example, if you're racist, or if you say racist jokes, or you've made a living based off poking fun at certain races, then in the present, you better be a part of the Black Lives Movement. You better be at protests, charities, speaking out, being vocal, being aggressive. Like that's how you counteract it, right? That's the change. You were the problem, and now you're like the solution. Like you're the person who's pushing and fighting back against it. I don't know how strongly Shane Dawson has been like a part of the whole Black Lives Movement, but that's just an example. When it comes to the child stuff, I don't know how you recoil from that. Like I honestly don't know how you recoil from joking about little kids, and then you're in a movement that protects little kids. I don't know. Maybe there's something that exists, but to me that seems like one of those things that's so bad that it's just like if you bring it up now, people are just going to keep poking at it in the past. So yeah, but anyway, that's how I feel in terms of like rehabilitation. You can't just really coast and apologize and just keep moving forward like your life like nothing happened. There's got to be some kind of very, very strong movement to show that. I think Jenna Marbles is a good example of that, where she kind of, I don't think she was like a bad person, but clearly made some kind of content back in the days that were problematic. But you can see like in the present, in the future, and all that stuff. Like her content, it exudes good energy. She exudes good energy. She's that's probably an example of what I say in terms of like just rehabilitating and changing and evolving. So yeah, I don't like to fence sit. I don't like to sit on the fence and just see and poke at all sides and be like, oh, I see your point, I see your point, I see your point, and I'm just sitting here not making a point. I do not like that. I do feel like this situation has a lot of gray areas where I see why people want to remove him from the platform. I see why people don't want to encourage cancel culture and want him to be able to have the ability to grow and evolve, or if he already has. Like I see everyone who's yelling at each other, and I'm like, all right, you got a point, you got a point, you got a point. But the question is like, what happens? What do we do? What does Shane do? And I've come to the conclusion where I'm kind of like I don't like support Shane. Like I'm not like pushing for him to live and be fine. Like I think his content's great. His current content is really really high quality and great. Like it's good. It's good content. But like I don't like support him, but I'm also not going to like protect him either. Like if something happens where he gets whisked away off of YouTube, I'm not going to be like having pitchforks and yelling at YouTube for the removal of Shane Dawson. It'll be a very sad thing to happen. It's like, dang, that sucks, dog. Like that sucks. But it's not like this is like super injustice. Like he's done things that validate good things and bad things happening to him right now, and I can't defend him for it. I cannot defend this man. So like I said, I can't protect him. I can't really defend him, and I feel like people who are defending him are not realizing how triggered and how alarmed and how stressed some of these other people are based on the things that he's done. Again, cancel culture. Should he be canceled now based on who he is? Even though it's what kind of brought him there. It's convoluted, y'all. My guess is he's going to lose a bunch of subscribers, and then and the time's going to go by, and people are going to forget. And then and then he'll do something. He'll do a charity thing, or he'll do something kind of like, again, he'll do some damage control. He'll stay out the way, do some damage control, apologize again, then make a really really good video series, and then it'll be done. Because it'll get, rinsed out by everything else that's happened in 2020. Like, you know how there are so many crazy things happening that you can't even keep up with the crazy anymore? It's like, that's what's going to happen, where Shane Dawson's craziness is going to be overwhelmed by all the other crazy stuff, and then he's going to slowly come back up. So he'll probably drop, slowly come back up, rinse, wash, repeat. It's a pretty known cycle now, and I honestly feel like he's a little bit too big to fail, and that's kind of... It is what it is. The only difference now is like Will Smith has entered the fight. Like Will Smith has joined the battle, and that's insane. Because y'all know Will Smith. Will Smith is Will Smith. I'm pretty sure he's pretty buddy with the CEO of YouTube. Like he came in. He was in the YouTube Rewind for whatever reason. He's it's like, oh, that's high. Like, oh, that's high, and it's Rewind time. Like you guys might not get the reference, but it's a meme. He was in the last year's Rewind, and everyone hated it, or it was the year before that. I don't know, but. I wouldn't challenge the Will Smith family on anything, okay? That's a crazy family. Like I don't know what's hiding in the shadows in the background, but I feel like in terms of like powerful people, like I feel like those are the ones that you just don't want to make an enemy of. And I'm pretty sure they have just made an enemy of the Will Smith family. So, and Shane still hasn't addressed them as well. So that's kind of where it is. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Okay, that's what it is in a nutshell. That's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like a lot of people have some valid points. I think that this is what's going to happen. And he's just going to be he's going to be canceled for a little bit temporarily, and it's going to go back up. But you guys can let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if there's any points that you guys want to make. I'm not trying to virtue signal or say that strongly believe that Shane needs to be removed. And I don't strongly feel like he needs to be not removed either. I'm indifferent, and I'm understanding of everyone's views. But I honestly don't know what the next step is. Like, do we keep him and try to make him an ally of justice? Like, do we try to influence him to be better, and so that he has a huge platform? Is he somebody who can potentially keep pushing like positive agendas out there? That'd be great. Like, as opposed to just straight up removing him. If he could be, if he could have his heart changed, like Persona or something like that, then yeah, that would be, I think, exceptional. But does he deserve that? And I don't know. And I have a trouble feeling bad for people who are like rich too. Like it's not like a complex or anything like that, but like he's well off. He's well off for years. He's well off for generations, probably, based on how much money he's made. So I'm like, even if something bad fell and he just stopped making YouTube again, then he would just stop making his money for certain generations. But he was going to live comfortably with him and his family for the rest of several lifetimes, is my guess. So anyway, that's how I feel about it. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Sorry, this is probably a long video. It probably dragged out. A lot of you guys have been saying that you guys appreciate or you guys like this style of videos where I just off the cusp just talk about things. Like, it's you guys like it, so gonna keep doing it. It's not gonna be like drama all the time. It just happens to be that there's a lot going on right now. Like I like to talk about things that are trendy, obviously, and there's a lot going on right now. But if you guys like the content and the way that I'm kind of just making it right now, I'm gonna keep doing it. And if you made it this far, if you watched it, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, listen to more. I'll keep producing it like every day or every other day whenever things go down. And eventually, I'm gonna have like my own individual content where I just talk about what I want to talk about, or if it's like not news. But yeah, thanks for sticking by. Appreciate it. So that's all I gotta say. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys aren't fighting in the comments, man. If you want to fight, if you want to yell, I can't stop you. But like, I would like for this to be a really cool place where we can all come together and be like, and just parlay. And no one be mad, man. When everyone chilling and we can talk. And because it's good to have different opinions. It's good. It's not, I don't think it's good for everyone to have this one huge hive mindset. And I think it's good for someone, even if they're on the far left or far right, to have a place where they can just comfortably and logically and level-headedly and coolly just be like, all right, this is how I feel. This is why. And then have someone actually genuinely listen to it and then respond. And even at the end, if there's not a disagreement, you're still sharing. And there are things to be learned from that. So, okay, I'm done. All right, I'm done trying to create this, everyone be happy place. I'm not even about that life either, okay? I'm not completely innocent. But all right, I'm out. I'm rambling. Shit, I should have stopped like a minute ago. Okay, I'll see you guys later, all right? I love you guys. Drink your water. Stay healthy. Stay safe, all right? Take it easy. Peace.